Good evening. 3 South-East families are in mourning after their relatives were killed by rebels in Uganda. Today, tributes have been paid to Mark Lindgren, Martin Friend and Rhonda Avis. A 4th tourist from our region survived the attack. Emma Thwaites reports.
Mark Lindgren's classics teacher from Haberdashers' Ask School in Hertfordshire heard the terrible news of Mark's death from his mother.
I put 2 and 2 together and I'm afraid I made 4. I thought she was a very brave lady. She talked me through what had happened and said that, yes, I was right. There had been a terrible accident.
It was Mark's interest in wildlife which had taken him to Uganda. His tour group was captured at a place thought to be safe. 2 other people who died were also from the southeast, Martin Friend from Bromley and Rhonda Avis from Kent. She'd left her home in Swanley for a round-the-world trip with her husband Mark. He survived the attack and has been cared for by the British High Commission in Kampala. At home in Bromley in Kent, Rob and Pearl Tappenden and Karen Colley have hardly slept for 2 days and nights. But for them, there was good news of a much-loved son and boyfriend. Gary Tappenden, seen here in holiday videos, is one of the lucky survivors of the rebel attack. His father told us of the phone call which brought relief from a nightmare.
He was telling us that he really thought that he was going to die. He didn't think he'd see us again. We've been going through hell, much the same as all the families must have been, so we have an appreciation of how they have been feeling, and we can only imagine how they're feeling now.
Around 50 protesters are holding out against eviction from the site of a proposed new leisure complex at Crystal Palace. Police and bailiffs moved in this morning to seal off the site and remove the so-called eco-warriors. They're demonstrating against the building plans. Meanwhile, directors of Crystal Palace Football Club have been forced to call in administrators to try to resolve the financial crisis gripping the club. Palace is reported to be £9 million in debt, and in an emergency board meeting today, Chairman Mark Goldberg admitted the club needs outside help to avoid going into receivership.
I'm just going into the office now.
True to the behaviour of any committed football fan, Crystal Palace chairman Mark Goldberg was putting a brave face on things today in spite of the disaster unfolding before him.
Things haven't gone quite the way that we expected, but that's what happens in life, you know. Business doesn't always work out the way you want it to.
The fans are as bewildered as anyone.
And nothing at all would surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if Ron Nodes walked back through the door tomorrow, and it wouldn't surprise me if I was the manager next week.
That's unlikely to happen yet, but more players will probably have to be sold, and there's still a desperate need for more investment. For now, Mark Goldberg says he has no intention of walking away. Conor Tiernan, Newsroom South East.
And that's it for the moment. Have a very good evening.
Good evening. Well, the weather's going to be staying very unsettled for the next few days. That means more rain to come. Today's rain has all been due to this area of low pressure, and it's still with us, giving plenty of showers across England and Wales. And more persistent cloud is giving some outbursts of rain, sleet and snow across in Scotland. Now, that system is going to push its way eastwards as we go through to dawn, allowing more snow to fall across the Scottish mountains and bringing rain and perhaps the odd bit of sleet a little bit further southwards as well. Further south and east of that, it should stay dry tonight, and it now looks as though there will be more cloud around than we thought earlier on. So perhaps there won't be quite so much mist and fog, and perhaps those temperatures will be around 2 rather than 0 or 1. Where it will be cold though, that's going to be in the Highland region, with temperatures getting down to around 0 to -1. Now for Thursday, the low pressure moves its way a little bit further eastwards, allowing the winds to come from a northerly direction. So if you're out and about during Thursday, it is certainly going to be feeling colder than it has done of late. For Thursday morning, we start with that band of cloud, rain, sleet and snow over the higher ground, moving its way eastwards during the day, which allow western areas to brighten up by the afternoon. Down in the very far south, it may actually stay dry throughout the whole day, but I think there will be quite a bit of cloud around. Now temperatures, well, they vary from 3 to 7 in the north, but feeling colder in the wind, to 7 to 9 in the south. As we go through to Friday, this little area of low pressure is still with us. It means more cloud, rain, sleet and snow across the northeast of Britain. Elsewhere, elsewhere there will be showers, particularly in the north and the west, but for those of you in the south and the east, it could well stay dry and quite sunny with temperatures around 8. So still feeling fairly cool, certainly in the northerly winds. Into Saturday, that system pushes its way westwards, which means that the rain, sleet and snow will turn more showery as it heads down into the southwest, but there will be more rain, sleet and snow coming into the northeast later on during the day. Into Sunday, it looks as though things could change with wet weather coming in from the southwest. Bye-bye.
Jasper Carrott's back to the front in a moment on BBC1. First, an update on tonight's rollover National Lottery draw. The 6 winning numbers confirmed as 20, 22, 24, 25, 36 and 40. The bonus is 1. Early indications revealed 2 jackpot winners, each of just over £7.1 million.
It doesn't take much to change someone's life.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself.
For your Comic Relief fundraising pack, just call 0891 900 000.
Whatever you do, do something.
New arrivals in Castlefield open up some old wounds.
Who's really talking to?
Do you fancy a chicken korma for old time's sake?
I'm married to someone else!
I want to look after my own son.
I don't think that's a good idea. Maria.
The past is always present in Playing the Field tomorrow night at 9:30 on BBC1.
An undercover assignment for Mulder in The X-Files in half an hour, infiltrating a terrorist group armed with a deadly biological weapon. Looking to the future, first on BBC1, it's all a bit of a laugh with Jasper Carrott.
Performances have been fine-tuned. Personal bests achieved. World records shattered. Now the first world titles of '99 are up for grabs. Throughout the weekend, extended coverage of the World Indoor Athletics Championships from Japan starts Friday on BBC Television and Radio 5 Live.
Feet together. Left foot forward. Forward and across the body. Right knee and ankle flicks. Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jamie Lee Curtis. Tango in True Lies. Tuesday at 9:35 on BBC1.
Just who's working for you now on BBC1? A dangerous game of bluff in The X-Files.